All right, we are in a 1966 Ford F100 crew cab. And this is the first year that Ford actually built a crew cab in their plant. It wasn't a coach-built product. Anyways, this belongs to Keepn It Classic. You guys are very familiar with this old rusty, crusty orange crew cab. It's a Mercury, and we're pretty excited. We're putting miles on it. We got about 350 already done, and we got to go put some more down today and get this back to their family. They've been missing it. Got a brand new chassis underneath it, and it rides amazing. And so anyways, but we're headed out, and we're gonna go put miles on it and see how she goes, and we can talk a little bit about, bring you along with us, and go for a ride. All right, so I'm not really good at getting out of first gear. I'm still learning this, so. Roman, this is a little bit of work, so, but it's cool. It's very functional and it works, and it's very nostalgic, you know. It's very manly. I think Roman's more manly than I am a little bit. That guy's built like a frickin' Sherman tank, man. All right, so we got a brand new chassis underneath this thing. I mean, look, this is one finger driving, just cruising on the regular road. And it's pretty easy to drive. So the steering box is real sturdy, nice and tight. We got 35-inch tires on it. It's got a 10-inch coilovers on it, and we've got those tuned pretty decently to where it's a really comfortable ride. Like it's smooth. It's probably smoother than my new F250. And so, why do we put so many miles on it? Well, we'll probably get to about 600 miles, give it to Roman, because I think he's quite capable of handling anything after that pops up. But we just want to make sure that, you know, nothing weird's going to happen. You know, it's safe, it feels reliable. He can get in it and drive it and not feel like, you know, there's something immediately wrong. And that's usually what happens when you do 100 miles and hand it over. And so we want to make sure that they're going to have a good experience with it. And so really what we got now is just driving, just putting miles on it. It just takes time. And we're looking for, is there a leak that's going to show up? Do the power steering lines, are they all happy? And one of the things that came up with when we were driving it is the hydroboost had a little bit of kind of like a vacuum leak in it. It was kind of sucking through the power steering. So if you put your foot on the brake, it would just kind of like hold the brake down and just keep slowing you down without even having your foot on the brake. And so there was that bleed through the hydroboost, and so we had a hydroboost here. Luckily, it's a brand new Bosch one, and we were able to swap it out and get that taken care of, which actually also improved some of the intermittent power steering that we were noticing. Just little things, right? It was a used hydroboost system when it showed up, and it was a used hydroboost system when we got it back up and running. And for whatever reason, it developed a problem, which, to be honest with you, it sucks, right? You just think, well, you know what? How did it perform, before? And because we didn't put a lot of miles on it, or any miles, we don't really know how it worked before. So maybe Roman knows. Maybe he's like, oh yeah, that's how it worked when I drove it too. And he never told us that, and he got a new hydroboost system out of us. So, well, he paid for it actually, so, but we got that taken care of for him, and so the idea was really just move it all over. And when you move everything over, there are things that just come up, like you just didn't like being torn apart and swapped over, and it just, you know, it kind of happens. And so really we just kind of want to get some decent miles on this, so we're pretty confident he's going to be happy. We got a new gas tank in it, we had to program it with his gauges, so just little things you're just working through. But anyway, so yeah, one of the things we did was freshen up the inside of this thing, put a brand new leather interior in it, much more comfortable, and so he's got all those new upgrades. So it's really going to be just get in it and drive it. You know, Roman will put his own touch on it. If you know Roman, he likes to do stuff, and honestly, surprised he let us do this. He's such a hands-on guy. He's got a lot of things that he does, but this is his personal vehicle he's keeping, and brand new chassis, and I think he just kept flipping and flipping and flipping a bunch of trucks and making a little bit of money off those, and which helped pay for this. And this is something that's going to be in his family for a long time, and I think he just wanted to make sure that his kids were safe riding in it, and the ride and the comfort of it is going to be, you know, super fun for him. And, you know, there'll be things, he may decide to put a new steering column in it, or, you know, you never know with Roman, you know, but there's not much for him to do, but he may clean it up, do a few things, and but it's definitely something that is a driver. So we're cruising, let's see, in third gear, about 45 miles an hour, 2,000 RPMs. You get it into sixth gear and you can go cruising, jump down into fifth gear when you're climbing a grade, you know, kind of a deal, but it's pretty easy to drive. We'll get on it here in a minute and see what that's like. See, he's got Dakota digital gauges in here, I can tell you that much. This is an N gauge, which at one point in time was used for tuning. So probably Lund did some tuning, and you can pick up some real live stream data from that. Just got to make sure it's all plugged in and powered up. And everything else works, right? You got your lights, the windshield wipers. You know, everything else is pretty sound. Here's your controls for the Restomod AC, and they got these little vents. And this is basically a new dash valance we built for it. Goes all the way through. If you were to open this right here, you can see how this kind of goes with it. But yeah, we built a small little cup holder here. We tried to incorporate a little bit of a bigger piece here to kind of cover this up, and we couldn't quite make that work. So we ended up simplifying it, gave him some cup holders. It just got to be too massive, and there's just too much right here, and so we just simplified that down for him. So new door panels in the back, a little seat back there for the kids to jump in and go have a good time, you know. So this is what it's about, right? Having a good time and taking your kids out and driving something that's unique, that's just kind of raw and very Americana. Oh, I almost stalled it. I gotta get better at first gear. Once you get out of first gear, it's easy. So we got front and rear sway bars on here, so we can minimize the body roll going through corners. So it drives great. I'm cruising, you know, 60 miles an hour right now, and it's a great little cruiser. Of course, we got some 1966 wind noise, right? The weather stripping, we didn't replace any of the weather stripping. It's just kind of the way it was, but it's just a great little cruiser. We didn't put a stereo system in here. I forgot all about that. And you can't see it, doesn't exist, but we got a couple 8-inch focals in the back, and then we put some Morels here, and it's got a Moscone amp, and it's all been tuned, and it sounds great. It just works from your phone. That's kind of nice. So you can keep this classic look, have a Bluetooth right to your phone, and crank out some tunes and have a good time. So this is exciting. I'm excited to wrap this up, and we've been just slowly grinding away at the miles. Thought we could have it done before Christmas, and the hydroboost kind of got us a little bit, but I think we're ready in the next couple days. We can hand this over. So we're going to schedule with him, and we'll do a fun video with him and his family. You guys will see that, check it all out. So hopefully here in the next week or two, this thing will be gone. So we're going to keep driving, keep putting miles on this thing, and see what we can do to keep wrapping it up. I'll try to get another 100 miles on it today, but so far we haven't had any real issues. So it's been going pretty well. Once we overcame a couple early things, right? That first 50 miles. Hope you guys follow this Mercury. If you don't, go to Keepn It Classic. Go to our Instagram, our YouTube. You'll see a lot of content on this. It's rugged, right? A lot of people ask us, like, why didn't we paint it? It wasn't meant to be painted. It's supposed to just be this old Canadian 1966 workhorse of a truck. and in its natural glory, right? Like this is it, you know. It drives great. It's fun to drive, and it's awesome, right? And he's gonna have a lot of good time with it. But go check it out and watch, you know, the other YouTube videos we got coming out pretty soon, where we get this back to him and his family. And we'll see you next time on the next video. Have a good one.